What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Kale coming to you with another game analysis. And in this video right here, I'm going to be talking about Game 2 between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Houston Rockets. Oklahoma City gets the W 115-111 over Oklahoma City to take a 2-0 lead going into Oklahoma City for Game 3 on Friday night. Now, Oklahoma City had control of this game. By the way, I did watch this whole game. OKC had control of this game to start. I mean, Westbrook was on fire. He was first half. Westbrook lights out. Westbrook ended up with, what do you know, a triple-double. That's new. 51 points, 10 rebounds, 13 assists. I think his fourth 50-point triple-double game of this year, the most points ever in a triple-double in the NBA playoff history. But like this entire season, like the entire season for Oklahoma City, it's always who else was able to step up for Oklahoma City. I mean, let's just say tonight wasn't a good night for the supporting cast. Well, first of all, let me finish with Westbrook. Yeah, he was 17 of 43 from the field. I mean, he really had to. He was basically a one-man show in the second half. He was one-man show in the first half, but I think he took took way too many bad shots in the second half. But again, that's the risk you take when other guys aren't stepping up on a consistent basis for you. Yeah, again, he's 17 of 43 from the field. He was 2 of 11 from 3, including 2 big misses late to make it a one-possession game after Houston took the lead. I mean, obviously this game was a step up for Russ after the 22-point effort in the first game with the 9 turnovers. But again, man, it was basically the story of Oklahoma City's season. You know, Westbrook with the big numbers, but nobody really was able to help him. You know, I mean, especially when Westbrook was on the bench, they really didn't have that guy to score. Andre Robertson had 12 points, 8 rebounds. Oladipo shot terribly, 4 of 14, only 11 points. And if I'm not mistaken, in my first round prediction video for the NBA playoffs, I think I kind of said that Oklahoma City supporting cast would be the X factor in this series. If they could step up, then Oklahoma City would have a chance. But if they didn't, you know, I believed Houston would win in 6. I mean, as far as that prediction goes, so far so good. I believe I said in that video, Westbrook was good enough to give you 1 game. But, you know, Oklahoma City controlled this game for, let's see, probably 30, I'm going to say more than that, 35, I'll say that, 35 of the 48 minutes. Doug McDermott had 11. He was 3 or 4 from 3-point range. And Jeremy Grant had a decent game as well. He had 9 points off the bench with 5 rebounds. Also, Doug McDermott came off the bench as well. I mean, Steven Adams, really bad night for him. He couldn't stay out of foul trouble. He actually fouled out with 1 second left. You know, picked up a 6th foul with 1 second left. He shouldn't have picked it up. They should have just let him dribble the clock out. But he picked up the foul. It didn't matter, though, in the end. I mean, he only had 5 points and 7 rebounds. Tyus Gibson had 8 with 5 rebounds. I mean, again, man, it's just that they need to find that second consistent scorer to Westbrook. I thought it was Kanter. I mean, but Kanter didn't play a lot in this game. Obviously, a lot of it probably had to do with how he got abused. Him and Adams got abused by James Harden off those high pick and rolls in game one. Yeah, Kanter with only 7 minutes tonight. I think that's got to change. I mean, you got to have a guy in the post that can get you points in the paint, and Kanter is able to do that, but he missed a few shots that was I think I get that to Clint Capella, who played some really great defense for Houston tonight. But yeah, Oklahoma City's got to find that second consistent scorer, because another all-world game by Westbrook, all for naught. Like I said earlier, about the negative thing about Oklahoma City with not getting guys helping out Westbrook was in opposite. The positive thing for Houston tonight in their other guys helping out Harden. But we'll start with Harden. First off, he had 35 in the victory. 35 only on 17 shots. His 7 of the 17 shots. But just like Kawhi Leonard last night, Harden made a living at the free throw line. He was 18 of 20. He did make his first 18, but he missed his last 2. Of course, those were like the last 2 free throws of the game, and it was basically over. It was at Steven Adams foul, 1.9 left. Really didn't matter if he hit them or not. The game was over. So, but he missed them. I mean, that would have been pretty cool though for you to say you was able to go 20 for 20 from the free throw line in the playoff game. That would have been sick. Harden also had 8 assists with those 35 points as well. But Eric Gordon, Lou Williams, and Patrick Beverley won this game for Houston tonight. Gordon with 22 points on 8 of 14 shooting, 3 of 6 from downtown. This guy that's coming off the bench, probably the 6th man of the year. Then it's sweet Lou Williams, 21 points in 21 minutes, 8 of 14 from the field, 3 of 4 from three-point range. What the hell is up with this dude Patrick Beverley, with his offense? What? Had 21 in game 1, 15 here in game 2, 6 of 9 from the field, 2 of 4 from three-point range, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. This dude was running the team when Harden was off the floor, man. This game really turned at the end of the third quarter when Westbrook went to the bench for OKC. Like I said, those 3 guys, Harden was still on the floor, so they made a run. I think they were down 10, like with about 3 minutes left to go, 3 or 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. A little later on, Westbrook sits. I think they were down. I think they were down 7 at that point. Then they go on a 7-0 run. They go on a 9-2 run. They take the lead. They didn't take the lead to the fourth quarter, but like I said, they got the lead down to, I think, 4 going into the fourth. And then with Harden on the bench, Westbrook's already back in for Oklahoma City. Harden's on the bench. Then again, Beverly running the offense, being a playmaker, setting up Gordon, setting up Williams. Those 3 dudes really carried the Houston Rockets for the first 3-4 minutes of the fourth quarter. They were able to take the lead without Harden even being on the floor. That clearly shows that what we've known all year, that Harden has the better team. When you got 3 guys that can step up without the star even being on the floor and making a comeback and taking the lead and taking over a fourth quarter. I'll say this. Tonight really proved why I believe that Russell Westbrook should be MVP. Because, hey, as good as Harden is, look at what his other guys are doing. And look at what Westbrook's guys are doing. Oklahoma City would not be in this position without Russell Westbrook. They would not make the playoffs without Russell Westbrook. I understand that, Harden's point about, winning, being top 3 seed, having a chance, being a legit contender. None of us look at, unless you're outside of Oklahoma City or unless you're in Oklahoma City or state of Oklahoma or Oklahoma City fan, you really don't look at Oklahoma City as a title contender. I mean, you look at, but you don't look. You kind of don't look at the Rockets either. It's basically a two-team race in the West. It's either Golden State or San Antonio. But the Rockets could give either one of those guys, either one of those teams, a series. More than likely, it'll be Houston versus San Antonio next round. I mean, Houston could beat San Antonio. Like I said, if they can get production from guys like this, you know, Gordon, Williams, and Beverly. Like I said, Williams probably was the best pickup of the trades and stuff before the trade deadline. He was probably the best pickup. I mean, going from a young Lakers team that was going nowhere to going to Houston, adding to Houston, like I said, a title contender. Man, I was probably one of the better moves for Lou Williams in his career. I mean, but yeah, man, the story of this game was how the other guys reacted when their stars were on the bench, and clearly, Houston's other guys had a great game, and Westbrook's other guys came up short. I mean, you even seen the stat during the TNT broadcast. At one time, Oklahoma City was plus 18 with Westbrook on the floor, but they were minus 13 with Westbrook off the floor. I mean, that's a huge discrepancy in when Westbrook is on and off the floor. Because when Westbrook's off the floor, you know, I thought it was Cantor, but not tonight. They don't have that one guy that you can run your offense out of. Well, they have Oladipo, but Oladipo is struggling big time. And plus, Oladipo was never really that primary scorer. You know, he's a guy that can slash, get to the rim, you know, and get fouls, you know, get free throw shots. I just don't think that he's been that guy to who they've run the offense out of when Westbrook's not on the floor. Usually that's Cantor. Now I'm gonna have to go back and look at some Orlando Magic film. But I think Oladipo was a star there. I don't think he was the vocal point of offense. I think it was more spread around. Orlando was more spread around. But I'll go back and look. I might be wrong. I probably am wrong. But yeah, man, big game for Eric Gordon, Lou Williams, and Patrick Beverly. They really helped harden out a big game. Again, not that many shots, but being efficient from the free throw line surely helps. You know, 18 of your 35 from the free throw line, that's pretty damn good. But thank you guys for watching, man. I appreciate all y'all. Let me know what you thought about this game. Let me know what you think Oklahoma City has to do to get back in this series. You know, like I said, I just think they have to find a consistent score, second score. Oladipo's got to step up. Cantor's got to step up. Adams got to step up. Somebody has to help Russell Westbrook out. But anyway, man, if you watch this video to the end, just know that whoever's watching this video, I wish you nothing but positive vibes only. Thank you again, and I'm going to see you in the next video.